Hi, I'm Neil Sackmary.
Hi, I'm State Trooper Sean Hagstrom with the Nevada State Police Highway Patrol Division, PEIO. Please stay tuned for the next episode of Trooper Talk.
And together, we can make a difference.
Here we are live at this special edition of Trooper Talk, live at the 360 Vegas studios in a completely different format. I'm here with Trooper Hagstrom. Trooper Hagstrom, 200 episodes.
Amazing, just amazing. Just to get there, and one of the things, because people are going to see different episodes of this 200 episode, and we had past PIOs here. We had a major speak on one of it, and just getting people that were here before, just bringing them back to the studio was amazing, Neil. I really enjoyed it and seeing their faces, and I know they were excited to see you because a lot of them have new positions. We had a couple in training.
It's just...
They got a very important job, and not only that, when I first spoke to them, they're like, I'm there. They really love your episode, and they're like, it's the 200th episode already, and it goes fast because not long ago, what was it, like not even 5-6 months ago, we were at 150 episodes.
Right.
So we're just keeping this program going, and I just want to say thanks, Neil, for what you do. You're kind of like a community leader for us because you're bringing all this information to the public as far as what Nevada State Police does.
And so we have Sean's safety tips.
Oh my gosh, is that coming already?
I don't know. Let's see what we got here.
Oh no, let's do this is the reckless driving.
Reckless driving. Let's see this.
Yeah, let's
104 miles an hour. What did this person do?
Well, not only that, this is the backstory because we did a media thing yesterday, and this was Trooper Vosner, and he's a commercial trooper because we've had commercial troopers. They drive the trucks. They mostly do commercial stuff. So he's on his way to work, and a car zooms by him like we've always had, and his vehicle's all marked out, right? He actually clocked a person at 106 in a 55, and he got him locked in on the radar at 104, but it's in a construction zone. Now you're doing over 50, in a construction zone, and definitely reckless driving. We kind of talked to the news yesterday. They're looking at probably a couple $1,000 fines because you got to think, even if a reckless driving ticket is $1,240, it doubles in a construction zone, right? And his excuse was he was late getting to the airport. You know what I mean? But now you're putting people's lives in danger because this is the morning. They have construction workers out there working, actively working, and now you're putting, not only yourself but the people that are on the side of the road in danger. Sean's safety tips. Yep.
All right.
So we did this.
Following too closely, tailgating.
Yes, this is a big problem, and you know what? We did this a couple months ago. I remember doing this. I had some different slides then, and I think the one prior I did like a 3 to 4 seconds. You know what I mean? But this, I put like a 2-second rule on this, and people got to realize when you're driving to 15 or even 215 when it gets congested, we got that. I always call it the inchworm effect where cars, you move a little bit and then you got to stop, and then a lot of distracted driving when people aren't looking or whatever, and they hit the gas, they can end up causing a crash, right?
Yeah, of course.
Same with falling too close. I always tell people if you are driving heavy congested traffic up ahead, always look 5 or 10 cars ahead of time. If you start seeing those brake lights come on, start slowing down because there's either something in the road or it's just traffic starting to slow down, or sometimes I call them looky-loos where they're,
of course.
We got something going on, construction, or police officers got somebody stopped or doing, so they start slowing down and it causes that effect. So we always want people to keep their eyes on the road and give yourself, 2 or 4 car lengths of distance while traveling every day. That will prevent you from getting a crash. And, primarily that's what we do every day.
So what is the message for Memorial Day drivers?
Sure. Memorial Day is a very busy holiday for travel, a lot of road travel, because a lot of people are going to different places. And that's the main message. Whatever you decide to do for your holiday and enjoying it with friends, if you don't have a designated driver or something, don't get behind that wheel.
Trooper Hagstrom, 200 more.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it,
We're looking
Neil.
forward to it. All right,
Absolutely.
we got both of our Smokies here together.
Absolutely.
Right, Johnny? You going to come on here and say goodbye too? No. Okay.
All right.
Trooper Hagstrom?
All right. It's been a pleasure, Neil.
It's
a real
been a pleasure.
pleasure.
I'm going to shake your hand on the camera right here, right? You like
right.
that? Right there. Right over the 200.
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to wave. See you later.
Thank you.